What's up, guys? Guess what we're here to talk about today? Verreal RS. Today I'm going to tell you guys about my experience and on this thing right here after 1,300 miles, close to 1,400 miles. But I want to share with you what the durability of this thing broke down or whatever. First of all, I'd like to give a shout out to Ramatorix, Escape Review, Johnny K, and the rest, you know who you are. I never thought I'd be doing this thing after 1,000 miles, but it's just amazing and something to really talk about. One thing that I disliked about it was these wood inserts. They keep breaking. I broke like about 5 of them a while back. Vic, he asked me if I want him to send me some extra ones, but I could find them on Amazon. I just never got the right size, so I'm planning to change that all over. The second thing that I dislike about this is the grip tape. This thing, not too grippy at all. Well, afterwards, guess after 1,000 miles, it's not supposed to be that grippy anyhow, even if you put regular grip tape. I mean, I've been riding this thing very hard. As far as cosmetic goes, parts, if you can see this right here, the motor mount stuff, they get scratched. I figure that happened to all boards sooner or later, and yeah, that a few scratches on the cover, very few scratches, but there's scratches. And double kimping, amazing. I never rode them before coming to this board, but this thing is just amazing. Once you get the hang of it, you don't want to go back to riding another board. This thing is awesome, and it's super stable, even at high speed. And the more that I rode the board, the more I loosened the trucks. And the motors also have very little like scuffs, and that's from pebbles in the road bouncing from the street. So yeah, I really like the look of the deck, the bamboo thing with the flowers, man. It makes it different than anything else out there. Kind of the bulb, kind of similar but different flowers all together. But this, you know, when you see this, you be like, oh man, what is that? So I really like the design. I want to talk about the distance. If you look at my previous video, you can see there that I close to 28 miles an hour on a single charge. To me, that's more than enough. I got a couple of questions here from subscribers and also friends as well. Ramatorix, he asked which parts that I had to replace. Well, actually, I replaced the bearings, and I used these aughts, whatever beatings. They are actually, it wasn't required. What happened was I had them for a while back. I paid like $50. I mean, this thing is specially designed for skateboard riding. Like regular bearings, they are designed to hold up and down pressure, not sideways. Like for example, when you're carving, the bearings, they hit the walls. So these things are awesome. And like I said, the ones that I'm stock, I used them on other skateboards for a year already, and I had never had no problem. So another thing that I had to replace, it was a belt. One of the belts broke, but the reason why that happened, it wasn't about wear or anything like that. It actually happened because I was riding with my daughter down this hill, and I live in Brooklyn, so garbage trucks, drop stuff. So it was a garbage bag, and it got caught inside the belt, and inside of it, it was peaked. It was so bad, man. Like, yeah, but it got cramped in there so bad that I had to remove the wheel just to get the bag out. That's how bad. So I get that, kind of stretched the belt a little bit. So I rode about 3 streets down, and after I was at a stop sign, when I went to take off, actually during braking, that's when it happened. The belt just popped off. I was like, oh man. And I did made it home because this board, it's got the wall sensor, so it sends power of both motors, I guess. So while I was riding home, this the motor without the belt tend to not make no noise. It's like it got disabled kind of, and the other one, you know, took me home. The braking and the acceleration was decreased by a maximum, but I made it home. He also asked me, Ramatorix, the warranty. Well, this screws right here, the deck wood insert, that's what they call. I broke probably 5 of them. I asked Big, and he was willing to send them over. Looking for a solution to that, and then he asked to send them. I found some on Amazon, not the correct size. They're still like, but it is what it is. This thing will get on fixed. And also, if you look inside the pulley, it didn't have a spacer, so I had a little noise, and it was coming. Well, these are Kegel pulleys, so you know they got the little holes and stuff, and the little teeth goes into the hole of the wheel. So that it was a little play in it. So I made my own washers. You know, I think they call gearing spacers, but I made my own. You can see also on this clip, and that stopped the whole noise. But when I asked for spacers, Vic actually 3 days later, actually 2 days later, he just chipped them out. He sent speed washers. You know, I already had those, but the effort was there. You know, so that's about the warranty as far as I had claimed, because nothing else had broken. Stiff deck. Yeah, the deck is stiff. I like to say that I really do prefer the stiff deck over a flexi one. I have written flexible decks, but you feel so much more in control when you use the stiff decks. I mean, it's like you're standing on a surfboard. I don't know if you ever surf, but that's the feeling you get. I like it. To me, I prefer this over flexi boards any day. Maybe it'll cause a little bit of food fatigue and stuff, but that's part of the game. I mean, if you don't ever feel that, you ain't riding, really. You also asked about the battery type that I'm using here. I got the 14 amp hour Samsung 35E cells. They are 3500 milliamps each. 10 cell 4-pack battery. Like I said, the battery is pretty awesome. And one day during my long distance review, it actually went down to, I think it was about 7 miles an hour. That's after it was like 15% below 10. You know, so other than that, the battery is amazing. Will I buy again? I would definitely order again without a doubt. This thing being reliable, over 1,300 and something miles, and it hasn't broke down. I don't know what else you expect for that. The price that this is on right now is unbeatable. I'm calling Becerra. You ask how loud the board is. Maybe when doing acceleration, you could hear something. Of course you're gonna hear something. You got motors, electrical motors in the back. But once it catches like to top speed, it's like it just goes down below anything you hear. I don't know if you could hear in some of the videos riding or something, the noise is just not there. I mean, if you compare this to a booster board, you will never hear this. John Kate have asked about the top speed. So the top speed I've been getting at 90 millimeters, 15 by 36 pulley. It's about 24 miles an hour under remote control. But I use GPS and it tells me 25, 26, so I don't know which one to believe. So let's call it in between, 25 miles an hour. The wheel lifespan, I never changed the wheels. Over 1,000 miles, the wheel's still consistent. Except for this one, like I said before, this one's got them little cracks. And it's on the corner, so I don't know if it's a quality thing. It looks like probably was older than the rest, but the rest is still intact. I mean, I never changed them. I don't even see a decrease in size. I shouldn't measure it maybe, but flawless. And I love them. They very soft. So I never had to replace that. They last a long time. Battery performance over time. Have the range, change it. In all reality, if it did, I can't even tell. And it got many charges. Over 1,000 miles, that's a lot of charges. But I'll tell you that I don't see any change in range or of anything. I mean, last night while I was riding, like I said, I was riding, I did like 14 miles, and it was like 65% because the control measured the battery about 20%. It's five lines, so each of the lines represents 20%. And I had 2 gone, so I would say, yeah, that's like a 60, something like that. So it never changed. That's 40 miles. You know, double that, that's 28, and that's what I got in before. So battery's been amazing. As every other board, every board, period, is never perfect. So you got cons and pros, but sometimes, most of the time, actually, it's a personal preference thing. I mean, if you ride the board, you might not like something else. But this is the pros to me. The distance. Distance is amazing. I could never ask more. 28 miles. That's no need, man. I live in New York, and I could go back and forth from Brooklyn to the city 5 times. The power on it, this thing is just amazing. And it's a smooth curve acceleration that's got the Hobby Wing ESC. You guys know about it. So I'm very happy with the power performance that it's got. And yeah, maneuverability. The way this thing moves to traffic is just amazing. You got a lot to do with the stiff deck. Like, I could cut in between cars with no problem. I could make so sharp turns with still holding that stability, because it's very stable. So that's one of the things I like. Climb ability. The way this thing climbs hills, it's like they're not even there. I'm not gonna lie to you. This thing is impressive. And I'm just being honest as I can. I love it. Be doing sometimes the worst hills that I got into here. They're not too many, but there are some. And it kept going up, I would say, up to 22 miles an hour. So that's awesome. That's going uphill. The deck and the wheels, that's another thing that I like. The concave on this thing is just amazing. Once you find your foot placement that actually is convenient for you, everybody. Some people got wide stands, some shorter. Once I got the hang of it, where to put my feet, man, it was beautiful. And the thing is the handling, because this cave, the W concave, the edges, they do help you to get around corners, to make those turns. So I love that. The wheels, besides that one that's a little broken, it still handle the same. I love the wheels. I go through gravel with these. Go through sidewalk. How soft they are, how flexible they are. Especially like a day to day, it's a little hot. So they get even softer, and they're just so smooth. The sound of it, got that Formula One car sound, and I love it. I used to be a motorcycle racer, so I used to race motorcycles a lot. So when you turn around the corner and you're about to exit that corner and you hit the throttle to full speed and you hear that, man. And like I said, boards got up and down. There are 3 things that I don't like much, but are very replaceable. The insert, I keep saying that, this wood inserts, it's kind of brittle. And the way I break in them, it's the ones in the back and in the front. After I changed these ones here, they never broke, but this one keep breaking. And I have one in there that's actually smaller, it sinks in, but I'm gonna change that after this. I wanted to give this review as the way it is, the board right now. But yeah, this screws, I would say that's the worst to me, in my opinion, of the board. Everything else I really like. Second thing that I think is suck is the spray on grip tape. Tell you why. They put the big grit. I think it's large grit. That's what they call, probably like an 80 grit or something like that. And maybe they didn't stuck them too well. Or like I said prior, after 1,000 miles, you can't expect any grip tape to be that good. And I ride this thing hard. So yeah, I haven't followed anything like it, but I just don't feel it. When I get on my kid's skateboard or my F1 and I feel that grip, I'll be like, wow, you know, it's just not here. It's rough on the middle, like you can still feel it, but not here. And here, where I put my foot at, that grip tape, it just straight up no grip tape. So that's one of the things that I dislike. I like the look though, so I think I might just spray it over. You know, clean it and spray it over, because I like the way this thing looks. It looks unique to me. So that's the second thing that I don't like. The third one is the bushings. The bushings on this thing, like I said, a day like today is hot. They feel nice. They always did feel nice, and they're very adjustable. My weight is 170 pounds. I'm a 170 pound rider. This thing, many carbs, like a dream, like I said, but it just doesn't got that rebound. You know, I don't know how to explain myself, but I'm pretty sure you know. You guys are smart and riders, so when you carve it and you get off the curb, you see that? See, they snap. But it's not as snappy as all the board that I have written on my F1, my Verreal F1. So those are the 3 things that I dislike. So it's an amazing board. I love it. That's the only 3 complaints that I have. So yeah. If you enjoyed this video by anyhow, I got a couple of others and I got more coming. Please hit the button right there, subscribe. That'll help me go a long way. It actually motivates me to continue to do the videos and show people before they spend their hard-earned money what they should spend it on and how things work over time. Because this thing never broke. Over 1,300 miles. Dude, I traveled from here to Florida, from New York to Florida, basically, you could say. And nothing had broken. Nothing. The belt broke because what I just told you. I'm gonna be one of the first testers. I believe probably next week they coming. The all-terrain wheel kit for Verreal RS. I'm thinking of doing it on the Brooklyn Bridge, which is one of the worst places. If you're an East skater from New York, you know that the Brooklyn Bridge is the worst place to try to get across. I have to go about 3 or 4 miles. Last time I tried with this, so I will be doing that test there. Guys, thank you again. You guys are amazing to me. Very motivating. Comment below, subscribe, share this video. Somebody that's looking for this board. But like I said, subscribe. It just helped me. I get 500 views on a video, and I got like less than 150 subscribers. So, like I said, it doesn't cost anything. Just hit that button right there, and I got a lot of more videos coming. And I thank you guys, and God bless you guys, and thank you for being so awesome and amazing. Peace.